everybody, I'm SteamMan235 back with another video. You're probably wondering why you're just seeing this table right now. And that's because I'm going over these again. Yes, I'm finally doing the remade Decklist video with better quality, hopefully. And I'm also doing it with a much better deck this time around, at least if I do say so myself. So with that said, I guess I'll get this started. My deck is a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, and yeah, feel free to say what you think in the comments below, assuming you bother watching this video. But let's see how that goes. Anyway, for my deck is a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, but it also has other dragons to kind of help if Blue Eyes is either unavailable or I don't feel like using him. So with that said, for my deck, this is the first card I will show off. Blue Eyes Shining Dragon. I'm sorry if the holograph is getting in the way. In fact, I should probably... Oh crap, I didn't want to do that. Sorry for that edit. Something happened. But yeah, Blue Eyes Shining Dragon is the main card. Well, not the main card I use for my deck, but he's probably my most powerful monster in the deck. He's one of the hardest to summon, but if you can summon him, you pretty much won the duel. You, for the most part, won the duel. Not saying there aren't counterattacks to Blue Eyes Shining Dragon, but, it's really hard for your opponent to counteract that, because, well, one of the abilities that Blue Eyes Shining Dragon has is that he can pretty much negate every single card effect. Monster, spells, traps, it's nothing to Blue Eyes Shining Dragon. Also, for every dragon that's in the graveyard, he gains 300 attack points. So, in other words, if you had 10 dragons in the graveyard, he gains pretty much double the attack points. I have, centered, 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. Zoom out a bit. Actually, that looks really, I'll keep it like this. 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. So, obviously you need them for summoning Blue Eyes Ultimate and Blue Eyes Shining, but they're also really good monsters to have, just they're easy to tribute summon and they're really powerful in terms of attack and defense. Paladin of White Dragon helps me get out Blue Eyes faster. It also does have an ability similar to Drillroid's. If you don't know what Drillroid does, it pretty much destroys a face-down defense monster without flipping it over. So, go look that up if you want to. Red Eyes Black Dragon. Just gonna keep them in a little pile. I'm going over the high-level monsters first. You might not be able to read that. Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Please stay in focus. This is a common version, so it's not like a holograph or a graphic one or anything. But yeah, Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. A lot of people use it in most tournaments, or at least I don't know if they still do, but most dragon decks have it because it's one of the best cards to use for summoning dragons. At least in my opinion, it is. Red Eyes Darkness Dragon, not Darkness Metal. This is Red Eyes Darkness Dragon. It's pretty much the Blue Eyes Shining equivalent to Red Eyes. Chthonian Emperor Dragon. You might remember this from my Yugioh, my other Yugioh cards video. It's pretty much where I show off some other Yugioh cards. This was actually in the list of cards that I used to have in my deck. Well, I put it back in there as a placeholder until I get something else, but it has worked well. Maiden with Eyes of Blue. This is a really good support card for Blue Eyes. It also is a little broken, little bit. White Stone of Legend. It helps me get Blue Eyes to my hand, and it's also a tuner monster, so it's useful in that sense. Red Eyes Black Chick. This helps me get Red Eyes out to the field faster. Vanguard of the Dragon. I have this in my deck not only because of its special abilities, but it also can be used to send dragons to the graveyard. And if you have a Red Eyes Darkness Dragon or a Blue Eyes Shining Dragon out, they're going to gain attack points because If when you can send one dragon type monster from your hand to the graveyard, and this attack card gains 300 attack points. However, it also helps with Blue Eyes and Red Eyes Darkness, Blue Eyes Shining and Red Eyes Darkness. So definitely, if you have those two monsters in your deck, get this and put it in there too, because it's going to come in handy. Myridge Dragon. It's just a random dragon. Has some decent attack points and has a decent effect. You can go and just look some of the stuff up, so. Element Dragon has multiple abilities depending on a monster's attribute. It's also just a pretty useful dragon in general. 2 Master Dragons. So I can summon them back to back. Give me a couple of strategies. Decoy Dragon. The name is exactly how it sounds. It acts as a decoy, and pretty much when the dragon is attacked, then you can summon a level 7 or higher monster from the that is a dragon type from the graveyard to the field. Really useful for getting back Blue Eyes if you have it in your graveyard. 2 Junk Synchrons for tuning purposes. They're some of the best tuning monsters. And yes, your eyes do not deceive you. I am using a Star Wars blanket because it is freaking cold in this kitchen. Yes, I'm in the kitchen. Curry Bonds, also another useful tuner. Herald of Creation. Actually, the Herald of Creation has a really good special ability that lets you get level 7 or higher monsters back to your hand. Really useful. Alright, Lord of Dragons. I think you know why I have it, so I don't think I need to explain why. Witch of the Black Forest. No, I don't care that this card is banned. I don't follow the official tournament ban list because I don't go in tournaments. Magician of Faith, and since this is kind of the opposite of it, I'll just put it on here. Master of Darkness. These cards help me get back spell and trap cards that I previously used and are now in the graveyard, so they help. Kaiser Seahorse helps me tribute summon Blue Eyes faster. And last monster of the deck, Apoke Twill. Apoke Twill not only has a decent attack points for a level 4 monster, but it also really helps by the fact that whenever, let's say I have a Junk Synchron out, whenever there's a tuner monster on the field, while this card is faced up on the field, this card gains one level star. Or it turns into a level 5. So with that said, I can just instantly synchro summon a Stardust Dragon or a Red Dragon Archmage if I wanted to. So that's why Pocket Twill is really useful. Anyway, I shall cut, and we will go over the spell and trap cards. So see you in 2 seconds. And now we're on to the spell cards. I was a little delayed there. Anyway, spell and trap cards out of the way. First one is White Dragon Ritual. I'm sure you know why I need to summon Paladin of White Dragon. That's my ritual monster. Polymerization. Main fusion card. I only have one, but I do have Defusion. And Future Fusion and Fusion Gate. Other helpful fusion cards. And Defusion is really helpful if I want to defuse something, so. Yeah, there's a lot of fusion cards in there. I took out, what was that card? It was a spell card that let me get Polymerization to my hand, from my deck to my hand. I forget what it was called. But I had it in my deck and I took it out. I don't know if it was in the first one, though. Megamorph, Axe of Despair, and Silverwing. I went over these in the last deck list. But Axe of Despair pretty much gives, and Megamorph multiplies the attack points, by 2, pretty much doubles the attack points if you have lower life points than your opponent, and does the exact opposite when you have more life points than your opponent. So it's kind of a helper if you are losing the duel. Axe of Despair gives me 1,000 attack points for the monster it's equipped to, and also has another special ability which you can find out for yourself. And Silverwing has a bunch of little things that'll take me too long to mention, but it is a very good support card. It doesn't give me any attack points for monsters, but it does really help because it does have a few special abilities that can really help. It can only be equipped to a level 8 Synchro Dragon. like Stardust Dragon or Red Dragon Archfiend, which is most useful too. Monster Reborn. These are some staples. Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed. Yes, I know it's banned. Zoom out a bit. The TV's on in the background. And you know what? I probably should have... Damn it. Sorry about that. I had to cut again. I actually just checked the previous recordings. The music actually, while it was on, it wasn't actually affecting the video in any way. Thank God. But I still muted it just in case. Yeah, there are the rest of the cards over there. Here's some more staples. Space Typhoon. And Creature Swap, which comes in handy. These are the last couple of spell cards I have to show off. Nothing really to say there. Monster Reborn is self-explanatory. Pot of Greed lets you draw 2 cards. Swords of Revealing Light, you should already know what it is if you're a Yugioh fan. Creature Swap is exactly how it sounds, and Mystical Space Typhoon allows me to destroy a spell and trap card on the field, but not negate the effect. Here's some of my trap cards, and these are the ones for blocking attacks. Mirror Force pretty much lets me negate an attack and destroy all attack position monsters on my opponent's field. Draining Shield allows me to take, pretty much, it negates the attack and then gives me life points depending on the attack of the monster. So let's say a Blue Eyes is attacking me, I gain 3,000 life points because I negated his attack with this card. And I gain 3,000 life points because that's how many attack points Blue Eyes has. And it's pretty much the opposite with Magic Cylinder. It negates the attack, but instead it deals damage to your opponent this time. It doesn't actually give you life points. This is Starlight Road. Sorry for the cut. Starlight Road. I recommend getting this card if you're a big fan of Stardust, because this allows you to destroy and negate one card that will destroy 2 or more cards, for example, Dark Hole, and negate the effect and destroy the card, and then after that you can special summon a Stardust Dragon from your extra deck. No synchro summoning required. That's kind of cheap, but, yeah, whatever. That's perfectly fine. And here are some of my negating spell and trap cards. These are the only 2 I have in here besides, I guess, this. But these 2 are like my main source for destroying a spell and trap card, which is why I actually have Master of Darkness there, so I can get these 2 cards back in case I need them again. They do have their own thing. They do have their cost, though. For example, Magic Jammer, you have to discard a card, and 7 Tools of the Bandit, you need to give away 1,000 of your life points. So, and here's some other trap cards, like Ultimate Offering. Yes, I know it's banned, I don't care. Dragon's Roar, and Bottomless Trap Hole. Ultimate Offering lets you pretty much summon as many monsters as you want at the cost of 500 life points per each summon, with the exception of the first summon you do. Dragon's Roar pretty much lets you do damage with your Dragon-type monsters, even if they're in defense mode. And Bottomless Trap Hole, which is a new card I have here, allows me to special whenever a monster is summoned by your opponent with 1,500 or more attack, you can destroy the monster and remove the monster from play. No, that is not the graveyard. Anyway, on to the extra deck. Cut.